ライトニングプラズマギャラクシアンエクスプロージョン人思いに葬ってやるのがせめてもの情け。
Welcome to another video of Saint Seiya Awakening. In this video we're going to go over the battle system and give you a couple tips on how to be better in battle and a couple of things to avoid as you're going through the fights. Now let's begin. So we're going to go into a couple of battles here. And we've got about 4 instances that we can go into battle with. Now, starting from the right hand side, we've got Epic Ruins that provides Saint Exp. Saint Exp allows your saints to get stronger and to grow in levels. Then we've got God Temple, and that's comprised of 2 temples here. One is the Titans instance and the other is a Shrine. They both give Cosmos. Titans is more beginner level. You begin with this one and it gives you just basic Cosmos anywhere from level B all the way up to S. And then you've got the Shrine, which gives you Cosmos as well. However, the Cosmos ranges from A to about SS. Then we've got Dimensions, which gives you the crystals and the stones that you need to level up your 7th Scent. And that, if you go to your growth icon here, you can see your Saint Exp. So if you go into Enhance, now if you look in the top right hand corner, that green jar, that's your Saint Exp, and that helps your saint to grow. So right now it's at level 50. Now if I were to level it up 1, you can see that the stats go up. So that's what Saint Exp does. Now Cosmos from the Shrine and Titans are these orbs here that you attach to each character. Now they've got a maximum of about 10 orbs that you could attach. You've got the 3 at the top and the other 6 on the side, and you got the 1 in the middle. So those are the Cosmos you could attach. And then you get from Dimensions the stones to level up the 7th Scent. Okay, let's go into a battle. And in Epic Ruins you could do these instances in solo mode or in party mode. Solo mode is to level up the floor. So right now, as you can see, I've got up to floor 9. These battles are a lot harder than the ones in a party, so keep that in mind. I'm going to go with level floor 5 here and do a solo challenge just to go through a couple mechanics here. So when you're starting an instance, you could either click on a little fist sign above the boss there, or you could hit the hosting sign. Now when you're hosting, it's preferred that you do this during party modes, but in solo mode you really don't need it because you're only going to do this once and then move out, unless you keep dying and you have to redo it over and over again. So it costs 6 stamina to get into a battle, and at the beginning you've only got about 3 seconds, so you got to do this pretty quickly, and you can change your saint lineup. So whoever you want to bring in, I'm going to leave this lineup just so it lasts a little longer here. And when you fight, you could do this in auto mode or you could do it manual. So manually you click on the skills and you do whatever attack you want to do, and you have a certain amount of points to use. So right now, if you look in the top right hand corner, I've got about 5 orbs. That's my points that I have to use, and this is for the whole team. This isn't just for one person. The whole team has to use this, so you have to manage your skills properly. So right now Kiki can actually give me 2 extra ones, which is good. And then I could set whatever skill I want for each character. And the amount of skill points that they use depends really on the saint. It could range anywhere from 0 skill points to about 4 currently in global. As you can see, this one only needs 1. This guy needs 2. Jabu needs 2, or he could just do a basic attack and take up no points. So basic attacks don't take any points, the skills actually do. So we've got that, and then we could also do auto mode. So auto mode, it automatically fights, it picks whatever skill it wants, but If you were to click on the portraits, you could actually select what skill you want them to use. So instead of them picking whichever one they want, I could designate which one I want them to use. Now that mechanic really helps out in battles when you're in a party, because instead of your weaker guys wasting points, you could leave it for the bigger, harder hitting guys to use up points. So for instance, if I have my Shido there who's level 50 and I have a level 80 Leo, for instance, I'd want my Leo to attack instead of Shido. Now going into party mode, you can go into any of these dungeons here on the left hand side and jump into whichever one based on your level. If there's any restrictions, you just have to check on the restrictions that they have. Right now everything seems to be 1 through 60, so there's no restrictions. I'm just going to jump into a battle here, and it's the same setup. You see the boss there, and right before this disappears though, I do want to point out on the left side you see a little icon there that says the invasion of the underworld. Now if you click on that, it takes about 30 stamina, and you could do it with or without stamina. The only difference is if you have the 30 stamina, you're going to get the rewards. If you don't, you're not going to get rewards. You'll probably either get 5 hearts, or if you've maxed out on your hearts, you're going to get nothing basically. But those actually yield a lot more rewards and a lot more experience than a normal battle. Again, it takes 30 stamina, which a normal battle, if you were to go through this, takes only 6 stamina. So keep that in mind. It's about 5 times the stamina, but the rewards are just about the same. It's comparable. Now, one recommendation I would like to make for the game developers is if we go into those, either make the stamina lower or improve the rewards, because it's pretty expensive to go into those fights. It's worth it here and there, but it's something, I don't know, that maybe they should consider. Into this battle, I've got an auto mode. Now here, as you can see, you don't need Marine in a battle. She's healing the field, but it's really unnecessary. These battles are easy enough as it is because you've got other players, especially if you've got stronger players than yourself in there. They're gonna wipe this out. Marine just takes up points, she takes up time. You really don't need to bring her. So avoid bringing Marine, avoid bringing other healers. Junei is really unnecessary either. You don't need to spread damage out. These guys are pretty easy on its own. You really don't need that extra heal or defense. These generally run a few seconds here, but with Marine, Junei, and a couple of other slow people, it could take up to a minute for these battles to go. And if you're in a hurry, you're just grinding through trying to get experience and material, it just takes up time, so you really don't need that. Aside from the normal dungeons, which are Titan, Dimension, Epic, and the Shrine, this one's all the way at the bottom, there's a couple of other ones. There's the Astral Cycle, then you got Pope Treasures. Now you can trigger this yourself. If you have enough materials, you could trigger Pope's Treasure, and you do that within the Pope's Treasure option here. If you hit go, there's a common one, which you have the common scrolls, and then you've got the advanced. If you have the materials, you could actually trigger this yourself, and you could trigger this as many times as you want during the day if you have enough materials for it. If you're in a party lobby, you can actually jump into somebody else's Pope Treasure once a day. If you look towards the bottom middle of the screen, it says today's advanced treasure join attempts remaining is 0. So I've already done this once today. You could do this daily, so you could do your own plus somebody else's daily. So keep that in mind. Another thing available to you is Mirage invasions. Now those you could actually do 3 times a day too. So you trigger them yourself, and they're triggered through doing instances. So after a couple instance runs, you go to your main screen and you'll see a Mirage invasion triggered, and it's random, so it may trigger, may not trigger. It's just a random thing. But you could actually jump into 3 other Mirage instances per day. So if somebody else triggers it, just jump into it. And one thing I want to mention here with the all function, it doesn't always work. This, I mean, you're gonna see ones for other characters, like I'll go here. You see there's a couple battles, but it doesn't show up in the all menu. So that's kind of a bug right now that's going on. that I've noticed it only pulls up the Seiya ones. It doesn't pull all of them up. Now the trick to these Mirage invasions is to attack the person that talks the first. So the first person, the first enemy, I should say, that you see talking is the main one. If you kill him, it's over. Okay, taking this off auto. Now, looks like it's the middle one that talked first. So let's get Milo into the battle here. Sometimes it's a little difficult to see who talks because there's that bar at the top that takes up the view. But there you go. Took out the middle one and everybody else died. Well, that's about it. If you guys enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.